Heyo everyone, Misha B. Barkin here. As some of you may know, I am currently a student at a university and have been for admittedly too long. When am I getting out of here? I'm a senior at my university and have been a furry my whole time here as well. So how should being a furry in college be approached? You may have noticed I'm not the only fuzzy individual in the thumbnail this time, and that's because I'm joined by a good friend and current colleague, Denali Wolfdog. Denali is the same age I am and is pursuing a degree very similar to mine, and is actually on the doorsteps to graduating. I decided to do this video with her to get her side of the coin, as we have approached being a furry differently as of late. While I'm more open and outgoing about being furry trash, Denali has kept it under the radar, and has told little to no people in her day-to-day life. These are both very valid paths to take regarding being a furry in day-to-day life, and I felt like both could use representation. So without further ado, I give you Denali Wolfdog.
Hey guys, this is Denali the Wolfdog. First of all, I want to give a huge thanks to Misha for inviting me to do this video with him. He's been one of my longest running college friends. Though I didn't know he was a furry, however, until recently. And so now we have just one more thing to connect us other than our music. But since I'm new here, I should probably tell you a little about myself. Like Misha, I am also a student at a university and have been for what feels like a long time. Yeah, I need to go, soon. But I am on track to graduate this year, and I plan to be an active performer and teacher on the French horn, an instrument that only the brave attempt. Like seriously, I'm still trying to wrangle it. As for furry things, I have not been a furry my whole time in college. I first was introduced to the community when I was around 13, since I've always loved drawing anthropomorphic animals. I was totally into it. I had a DeviantArt account, and I used it to post my artwork. When I got to high school, I had left the fandom because I encountered a different side of the fandom that I did not like. However, my junior year of college, I found some really fun furry YouTubers and thought, I can make this what I want it to be. So I designed an updated persona and made some new friends. Misha is right in saying that I have kept it under the radar. I can think of maybe 7 people tops that know of my involvement in the community. This includes my parents. You'd think that they'd be opposed, but instead they were like, "Oh, this is just stuff you've done since you were little. Have fun and be smart." As for friends, I haven't told many at all, but the ones I have told think it's fun stuff. In fact, they almost expected it because a lot of them have this running joke that I'm a husky in a human's body. Denali is part husky and part wolf because I'm loyal and I love people, but also gruff and a bit hard to handle sometimes. The joke started with me finding a tennis ball at marching band practice, and let me tell you, I was entertained by it for a good 15 minutes. Yeah. I'm a dumb spaz sometimes. Then it just escalated from there. I got a shirt that says leash trained, and my friend in the Marines made me a dog tag, but where it would say which branch of the military you belong to, he made it say husky. I have another friend who, when she unlocked wolf on Smash Ultimate, sent me a Snapchat and told me, "Hey, it's you!" All my life, I've had animal nicknames, been called a wild animal, and more. So the furry fandom has taught me to more or less embrace this more animalistic side of myself, and it's a good time. Furry for me is really just a way to embrace my wildest heck personality that I've always had, and being super into nature, hiking, and the like, it just makes sense. My friends tell me they can't really take me anywhere without me doing something weird or inappropriate out on the town. Like the other day, I tried to slide down an icy hill on my horn case, and my friend just left me. She was so sick of my shit. This friend loves to say that hanging out with me is kind of like watching after a dog. It does seem weird, even to me, that my personality has always been compared to a dog's or a wolf's. It's happened as long as I can remember. And college is a time where a lot of people get in touch with who they really are, and I feel like this is part of that for me. But I'm just like, whatever, I'm a wild and crazy beast sometimes. But anyway, I don't feel like I need to tell my college buds that I'm a furry. They'll find out how I express it just by being with me. Thanks a ton for listening to me ramble about my experiences. You guys rock for watching, and I hope to see you all around.
Thanks, Denali. Now it's time to say my experiences with the fandom. I started being into the furry fandom when I was in high school, and have only recently become much more involved, getting my suit only 2 years ago. Before my time in college, Misha was actually a Leafeon, and was more of a Pokesona, who turned into a Fursona. The first few years of college were much like Denali's, where I was super closed off about being a furry and I didn't tell hardly anyone. Those that did know were only the people closest to me and no one else. I made my Twitter account in the 3rd year of college and started to have an outlet for the furry shenanigans I was into, though it still felt wrong. Why was I so afraid of people finding out? I treated it like a crime, not letting people know about this part of my life, and being fake and pretending not to care about the community. It was around the middle of my 3rd year of being at university that I slowly started to give subtle hints. My costume that year was Nick Wilde. Okay, then maybe there were more obvious hints. That's actually where I got the shirt that I sometimes wear in the fursuit photos. I kept the fingerless paw gloves because they were really good for during marching band, to be able to play my piccolo without the gloves getting in the way. Was my excuse anyway. So not much really happened since then in senior year when I discovered the current Telegram furry... Yeah? So not much really happened since then in senior year when I discovered the current Telegram furry group I'm in. It had some wonderful furs like Miles, Ace, Rye, and Joel, just to name a few. It was only a few months after that I decided to post some bait. I work on campus, so I posted a picture of where I worked, saying how slow it was, knowing that if anyone in that group went to the same uni I did, they'd instantly recognize the location. And it worked! Miles and Ace get played. Miles and Ace were... Do I look like... Miles and Ace were really the first furries that I talked to that I knew went to the same school as me. Denali doesn't count because I really technically converted her to be a furry. Sorry about that one. It was only a few months after that I went to the furry barbecue, and well, the rest is history. Up until recently. I decided that on the way home from a downtown event where I'd gone suiting to post a picture of Misha on my personal Facebook, and it was well received. Nothing bad happened, no flames, no one's made fun of me for it, nothing's gone bad. I learned ultimately that people really don't care incredibly much about if you're a furry or not, especially in real life. I threw my hat into the ring, and so far so good. It's just sharing a faction of me that I got tired of hiding from people. That being said, if you felt the need to keep it under wraps, or it's just not the right time to tell people, that's just fine as well. Some prominent people like Ravala Wolf keep the furry fandom under wraps and out of their daily life. My suggestion would be, if you're going to talk about the furry fandom in real life, and mention that you yourself are a furry, keep it only at a casual level. Don't talk about it at work or somewhere that holds a professional atmosphere. Keep the furry community out of your professional portion of your life, but feel free to talk about it outside of that professional setting. Odds are people won't have a huge issue with it. At the most, it'll be met with confusion, but let's be honest, do any of us in the fandom really even understand the fandom ourselves? And that's the video. Special thanks to Denali Wolfdog for helping me with this week's video and giving an alternate but equally valid input. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.